So let me start by introducing myself. My name is Kunal Khattar. I run a fund, an early stage technology fund based out of Delhi. It's probably India's only fund focusing on mobility and transportation. We've been investing for about 3 years. So we've have made significant investments in the area of shared mobility. What we realized very early on that shared mobility is going to be a very important and compelling disruption in the automotive slash two-wheeler space. But we also recognize that given India's unique, limited disposable incomes, two-wheelers is actually going to be the right form factor and not necessarily four-wheelers. So many of our portfolio companies are actually companies that are using two-wheelers to give cost-effective and efficient mobility solutions. Our largest investment is a company called Rapido, which is India's largest two-wheeler bike taxi company. We've also invested in companies in public transportation like Chalo and Shuttle. So that's enough about my fund. Before we start, I'd like to allow all our panelist members from different areas to introduce themselves so that you can get to know them a little better, starting with on my right-hand side.
Hello. Hello, I'm Anubhav from Electork. So, a company which was founded first by engineers, I'll say, who then turned into entrepreneurs. So, this company we founded was on a small fact that we witnessed. So, we did a small calculation and we realized that it takes a 1500 kg car to transport a man of less than 100 kgs, and that didn't make sense to us. So, we thought to come up with some innovative vehicles which are way too lessen weight and other smart functionalities, so that they can be used very readily in the shared mobility market that is coming up. So that easy to maintain and different features which will add on to it. So that's why we founded this company Electork, and we are building some smart, innovative, lightweight vehicle solutions via this company.
Yeah, Ramashankar Pandey from Hela. Hela is, of course, in India, we are infamous for horns. So we make those noisy horns. But Hela is deeply into the area of environment and safety. In India, mostly, our vision is technology of tomorrow for the life of today, where we are basically talking about how do we reduce the road accidents with our efforts. Especially when we see more accidents happening to two-wheelers, roughly more than 100 plus people die every day. And the one involved is commercial vehicles, and there are a lot of differentiation we can bring. So our ambition or vision or desire is to actually reduce every avoidable road accident on the road. It's a difficult task, extremely difficult task, which also needs a lot of collaboration. So me being here is also one of the region is to get people along on this topic and what can we do together. So I'm also looking forward from the panelists and maybe from the discussion to some action in the end, if we can do it together. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Padmanabhan. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Vogo. Vogo is a two-wheeler shared mobility self-drive startup based out of Bangalore. We started 3 years back. For the last 1 year, we've been scaling very aggressively. We're present in 5 cities now, and hopefully in the next 1 year in most of the cities that you live in. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Ankit Kumar. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer of Yota. So Yota is a Singapore-based holding entity which has got operations in Taiwan as of now. And we are now looking at expanding our operations in India and other countries in Southeast Asia. So Yota is a ride-sharing platform which primarily works on electric mobility front only. Yota is backed by Ahamani, which is a 20-year-old company which makes electric scooters. And we work on the 4 fronts of electric scooter where the technology plays a very vital role, and which is a bigger challenge in the ride-sharing platforms that we see. And that's where we try to combine both the USPs coming in line and try to run this entire platform.
Hi everyone, my name is Amrit Chaudhary. I'm the Managing Director at Lightport. We are basically a startup in Dehradun, and we have a fleet of 10 vehicles running currently. We are doing a pilot there, and we are looking to bring the electric mobility revolution to Uttarakhand. Trying to tie up with logistics partners in the beginning so that we can set up a big charging and battery swapping network in the beginning, and later probably getting into the tourist market also.
Hi, my name is Arad. I'm the Chief Digital Advisor at Microsoft, and I focus primarily on automotive, transportation, logistics, and as well as agri and farm equipment. As much as farm equipment has not been given a space in the automotive world, I'd like to say that, tractors are automotives at the end of the day. So that's what I do for a living. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to have a bunch of questions. I'd like to, allow any of the panelists to take the mic and answer. And if anybody wants to add to that, they're most welcome to do that. And after that, we'll be happy to throw it open to the audience for more questions. So how I'm going to do it is that let's start with the 40,000 foot view, much more from a macro level. We're talking about disruption in the overall industry and two-wheelers specifically. Disruption can happen in any form, whether it's in the electric vehicle side, or whether it's connectivity, telematics, whether it's product or solutions innovation, or it's in the areas of shared mobility. I guess I'd like to ask the question here, is, according to you, with regards to urban transportation, what do you think is going to be the biggest creator of disruption in the whole two-wheeler space? And so what is, and also, what is the maximum disruption you see in which of these areas? And you're welcome to say the one that you're doing, but I'd like you to talk about other businesses.
Okay, sure. So see, what we believe, and this is based on what we have seen in the global market today. So as Armani has been selling into 26 different countries, we saw there is a big urge and there is a big decline in the asset ownership, which is going in India as well. You can see the latest automobile sales trends, how things have been happening here. So we see that asset ownership is something which the millennials and even further down line, people are not willing to go forward with that. And that's where the shared mobility comes in place, which reduces on the congestion, which works on making EVs more affordable for the general public to utilize for the daily commute, and for different other rental options which are there, which the delivery and the B2B segments can also utilize. So that's where we see, shared mobility making the future for mobility coming in line.
Yes, so from business model perspective, it's clear in not only in two-wheeler, but overall even in the four-wheeler space, that all these autonomous connectivity, shared electric are the major trend where the disruption is happening. From my point of view, we always hear innovation and disruption, two sides of the same coin, but the feelings are too different on this. And I was made in this confusion very clear in one of my experience in Silicon Valley, where somebody told me, if the entrepreneurs are coming and running for out of fear, something is, they are going to lose their business, they call it disruption. And if they're coming with a greed that they will make it, it's the innovation. And any technology per se, and I think you rightly talked about a business model of sharing, which is actually a disruption. But we talk about a lot of technology as a disruption, which to me is not a disruption. What is more important, what the technology is going to do, the purpose. And the major trend in purpose has to be, and we are talking about the Indian context, and what is the need. So when we start with the need and we disrupt that, I think for a social point of view, that's more critical or acceptability. Either we are changing a social behavior or you're using a social behavior. So again, I'm coming back to the same topic, which is, every day 400 people dying, or let's say 700 people dying as per WHO, cannot be left unattended. And I was very happy when you said that the biggest disruption he wants in the area of safety. Now, it is not a cool thing to talk about that where is what can happen in safety. As automotive fraternity, we are also pained on this as part of ACMA, SIAM or CII. I think on the top level, and you talk about 40,000 feet level, everybody is committed to this. But when we go on a moment of truth, nothing is actually getting, replicated what we want on the top. So if you ask the wish list, of course, the wish list can be, how can we, with all the people, and such a bright talent is now attracted towards automotive, if all the talent and all the technology can be conversed to doing something at the moment of truth to solving this problem. The road deaths are only increasing, not decreasing. And two-wheeler also is the same. It's only increasing. And we are putting more and more two-wheeler under stress now. So if you look at the delivery segment, they are not like normal two-wheeler. They are under stress. They have a job to do. Unlike you're on a time pressure. In commercial vehicle, we used to see that people were under time pressure. But now even in two-wheeler and